stress with that, with narrowing down to 7 guys? We got a good handle on them.
No, there's some guys that would love to take that we've been taking to the hotel we can't take. But this time of year, some of the attrition starts to set in. So it was somewhat clear. You always feel bad for the guys who they've been traveling all of a sudden now they can't. That's 4 or 5 guys who care, but pretty clean.
Do you have any update on Malcolm's progress, and are there any other notable injuries heading into Saturday?
Yeah, I'd say Malcolm's doubtful for Saturday.
There's a northeaster coming in. Have you done anything in practice to prepare for what the weather could be like?
Yeah, it looks like initially it looked like it wouldn't get to us. Susan does a great job of every day updates the weather and wind. But we did wet ball stuff during the course of the week. We much prefer rain to wind. So the rain, we practice outside here. We never go inside. So we pretty much prepare for it all year. But we did do wet balls this week just to be prepared for it.
It's not good travel.
No. Well, I shouldn't say that. Based upon how he runs today. So watching him, I doubt that we'll take him. I was trying to keep that from Maryland, and you asked me the question. So yeah. No, I'm just teasing. It's just no. We take we take like a lot of guys. We believe in like game day. Like, hey, see what they can do game day. We ran him today. I'll go talk to him here in a minute. But I'm highly doubtful that he would go. It's not in his best interest.
You talked to Carter Nelson after the game on Saturday. What's the value in just a special teams role for guys like him and younger guys on your roster that are kind of trying to find their place on the roster?
Yeah, special teams does 2 things. It develops guys with game reps, and as they start making plays with that, the game doesn't become quite as big, and so then their roles and your comfort with them and their roles goes up in other areas. And then number 2, with the way that we're playing special teams and the things that we're trying to do, and taking some chances and trying to be explosive, guys are not just playing special teams; they're causing you to win. If you're out there on punt return right now, hey, go block a punt and change the game. If you're on a field goal, hey, go block a field goal and change the game. And so it's not like, hey, I'm going to go play special teams because coach wants me to play special teams. It's I'm going to go affect winning, and that's a cool mindset to have.
When you guys go on the road as a coach, what do you learn about your team just in terms of how it performs and responds in a true road environment?
Yeah, Andy Reid says all great teams do 3 things. They eliminate distractions, they create their own energy, they fear nothing and attack everything. And I think the first 2 are very, very applicable when you're on the road. We won't have what I think is the best student section in the world. We won't have them there an hour and a half before the game cheering for us. We won't have our own locker rooms, our own things. So you're in a new place. It's just us. Now, we're obviously blessed that our fans travel at a high level, but you get the point of, being in Memorial Stadium, obviously. So you have to create your own energy. It has to come from brotherhood and caring about each other and the love of watching your teammate, make a play and cheering each other on. So that juice has to come from us, and you have to eliminate the distractions, right? I'm lucky that we have a guy like Corey Campbell that, he does the travel meeting for me. I don't have to get up there and remember. I'm lucky that we have a guy like Mitch Cholowinski, sports science, who just they eliminate all those distractions. What Kristen does, taking our own chefs on the road and all that, like cooking for our guys, eliminates that distraction. And then, Susan, Thomas Bowling, they work so hard on the travel, and hey, we think it's going to take this long to get here. So eliminating those distractions because we don't want to make excuses, and we don't want to let others make them for us. And so. I think you do that, then all of a sudden you turn going on the road, which it's a little bit harder. You turn it into a positive, and I think all of our guys are really, really excited to get in the hotel and spend 2 nights together and chill and at the same time go work for a common goal.
In terms of your leaders on the team, just I guess with this being the first true road game, just what are you hearing from some of those captains and upperclassmen?
That they're ready to go. They respect the heck out of the team that we're facing. They know the battle that it's going to be. We're going on the road to face a 4-1 football team at their place. That's Big Ten football. So I think our veteran players and our leaders understand that it's up to them. It's not up to us as coaches. It's up to them to make sure that our team is ready to play. All we can do is give them the best schedule possible and do all the things I just talked about, the best travel, and try to eliminate the distractions. And then they're the ones who have to create the energy. I can get up and say X, but I can promise you this: when it's coming from Sierra, when it's coming from Keese, when it's coming from someone, when it's coming from Jacory, they're going to listen a lot different. And so And then also, at the end of the day, we just got to go play well. We got to play to our standard. And so I think when the players take it upon themselves, like, Coach X is going to call this, Coach Holt's going to call this, Coach Butler's going to call this. Hey, we got to bring it to life and not have it just be lines on a paper, but all of our 11 guys out there bringing their own personalities to it and blending them. That to me is the message, and so I think our guys have gotten that loud and clear. And I have really no concerns about that part of it. It's all just going to come down to the football and who plays better football.
Hey, Coach, you're a football savant, but have you heard the news about a Lincoln High School forfeiting a game against Omaha High School later today? Or excuse me, later tomorrow?
I have not heard that. I'm sorry.
So, long story short, and the people in here correct me if I have information wrong, a high school here in Lincoln forfeited the game because of injury concerns against a powerhouse up in Omaha. So I'm just curious at your thoughts as a football savant, like what that kind of means to the kids in the program not being able to play that game.
First of all, thank you for calling me that. That's the nicest thing anyone said in this room in a while. Maybe, Amy, have you written something nice about me lately? No? Okay, never mind. Maybe?
I've written a lot lately.
Okay. And I don't really read the paper very often, so I don't really know what's always happening just because I'm in football season, right? And I'm just kind of locked in. So it's hard for me to comment on a situation I really don't know. I do think probably health and wellness always comes first, but I don't know the situation well enough to comment. I'm sorry.
Are there any other players of note that are ruled out, not going to travel?
Nope. Gosh, you're really trying to get me today, huh? Do I know the first play? That's actually my first thing I ask Dana every Friday. I'm like, just tell me what's the first play. All right, cool. I love that one, no matter what he says.
Kind of random, but Troy shared on social media that you paid a visit to the marching band as well. I guess what inspired you to do that? Did you have a message for them?
Oh, it was Troy set the whole thing up, and I just think on behalf of Troy, one thing I love about Troy Dannon is he's a visionary, but he also he cares about everything, right? There's a lot of football ADs out there, right? And he's an AD for everybody who also takes unbelievable care of us. And I love the fact that we're great at all these different things. And we have an amazing marching band. And, going back to the summer, we had them out of practice and we had them play, and just the camaraderie of that was awesome. There's a young lady in the marching band, Allison, she lives out in Waverly. She's basically become part of our family now. She takes care of our dogs when we're not able to. And so you see how hard they work. You see their schedule. It's 8 or 9 o'clock at night, maybe Wish and I go out for a walk, and you can hear them practicing. They were practicing this morning, we were waiting to talk to them, and it was cold out, man. I was out there kind of with my hands in my pocket because they worked their tails off, right? And it's not just the music, obviously. Today, they have iPads out there. Here's the music. Here's where you line up. Here's where you're marching to. There's so much to it, and I think it gives us an unbelievable home advantage. There's nothing in the world like coming out of the gates of Memorial Stadium and seeing the cheerleaders lined up and seeing the students lined up and seeing the band and get ready to do their thing. And so I think it's they just add so much that in some small way. Again, it was Troy's idea, but we wanted just to say thank you. And we have 3 more opportunities this year to play in front of our student section, which I love, our fans, which we love, and our band and our cheer squads and all that. So just a simple way to say thank you. And what better way to say thank you to college students than get them something to eat? So it was fun this morning. It was fun. It was a great way to start the day, to just be grateful. And unfortunately, they're not with us. The travel in this conference, it's hard to take those people with us, but they're with us always because they're part of Husker Nation. All right, see you guys.